We are back, baby. We are back.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back.
We're back. Classic.
We are back.
Probably the most rewatchable movie of all time. Really, it doesn't get much better than The Hangover 1. I actually don't hate The Hangover 2 or 3 either, though the third one did focus way too much on Chow. Anyway, we are back, and well, what better way to start this video than to make a phone call?
Kathy speaking.
Yes, Kathy Bendeach calling. I'm calling to inquire about what particular variants of no-limit hold'em poker are currently being spread at your establishment.
Well, right now I have a $2 game and a 5-10 and an interest list on 3-5. Perhaps you'd like to join us?
Yes, put my name on all three of those games, please. Let me ask you this question while I have you here on the phone. Now, if I am able to acquire more money than I buy into the game for, am I allowed to leave with that money?
It's encouraged. Not everybody does it. Some people think they have to give it back, but it's encouraged that you win a little bit and then you go, and then you come back the next day and play some more.
Well, last time I came in, I did the opposite of that. I came in and I gave money and I didn't leave with any of it, and no one ever told me that that was one of the outcomes that could occur here. So I was just trying to verify how this works.
Yeah. Poor planning on your part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, no one's ever said that my planning skills are all that great, so we will try to switch this time around.
It'll be good to see you, Ben.
You too, Kathy. Thanks. It's a weird feeling, having taken a long time off from poker. And considering the last time I went this long without playing, George W. Bush was president of the United States, I felt kind of out of place coming back. Like this section of candy corn mixed in with the produce. I'd wait around for over an hour hoping to get into a game, but the same problem as a lot of the days takes place, where there was only 1, 2, and 5, 10. It's the middle game that isn't there, which would be the perfect game for me at this point. I've mentioned before that I don't like playing in smaller games while I wait for the bigger games. And while I do, for the most part, stand by that, I'm going against it here. I feel like this is as good of a time as ever to just jump in the 1-2 game and try to knock some of the rust off, because I feel like I'm definitely going to be rusty at this point. Because if I'm going to get back to where I want to be as a poker player, it's going to be a gradual grind. So expecting that, I would jump in the only available game, which wasn't even 1-2, it was actually 0-2, a carryover from the previous administration. There was a decent amount of money for a 0-2 game, so I'd buy in for 800. We get an under the gun limp, and I have ace-10 of clubs in the low jack and raise 5x. Folds back to under the gun, and he calls. So 20 in, the board rolls off ace 3-5 with 2 hearts, giving me top pair. He checks, and I bet out here for 15. As you tend to see at this level, there's going to be a lot of check calling going on, and that is indeed what takes place. So with 50 in, the turn is the 8 of clubs. No draws get there. I like my chances of still being best here, so I bet out for 30. And sure enough, I get check called again. So with 110 in, I don't think I could have hand-picked a worse river card. It is the 6 of hearts, completing flush and straight draws, and to make matters worse, he bets it, and bets it for just about full pot, sliding in an entire stack of red chips. Generally, in my experience, people are less likely to represent a hand on an ace-high board, and in my very limited experience at this level, people generally don't turn made hands into bluff very often, and I don't see what hand he could be showing up here with if he doesn't at least have something. So, I throw this hand away, and this vlog would have to start out with us not getting a reveal on the river. The next hand would come 20 minutes later when I'd pick up ace-queen in middle position and raise to 10. This time, 4 players call me. So with 50 in, I flop top pair on queen 5-6, and I bet it for 40. The low jack does not think about this long before going all in, and it's not a very big raise. In fact, he only has $85. Folds back to me, and obviously I make this call. Turns out at the $2 level, the last couple of blue chips do play here, and the other games with multiples of 5. So the reason you see me slide in a $5 chip on the turn is to get his last $2 in there, because technically he was not all in yet. So the pot is $220, the board runs out, and 7-8 actually does get there. I kind of saw him turn his cards over. I already tabled mine just to get that on the vlog. I don't see exactly what he had. I could tell it wasn't a queen, and he would simply muck his cards. And we would take down our first pot since returning from poker hiatus. I would look up to see Emily Kaplan reporting on how Cale Makar is out again for the Avalanche. Him continuing to be out might be the only way the Golden Knights can win this series, especially because they have been without their captain, Mark Stone. It's going to be hard to beat them even if Makar's out, but it would be kind of helpful if they could get lucky enough for him to not be a factor. Anyway, speaking of hockey, I would then have high hopes raising Wayne Gretzky on this conference finals Friday, but those hopes were quickly dashed on a Queen 10-10 board against 3 opponents. But then I'd get it again and would choose a $12 raise middle position over a limp under the gun. The hijack then looks to 3-bet, and he makes it 25. Under the gun completes, and obviously I'm not going anywhere. So with 75 in, we're 3 ways to 8-10-3 rainbow, and I check it over to the original raiser. He does not bet this flop, and the turn rolls off a jack, giving me an open-ended straight draw. I check it again, and now the hijack bets 25. Under the gun folds, and wondering what hand 3-bets pre without betting that flop, I make this call, simply not being sold here. With 125 in, the river pairs the 10, and I check for a third time. Looks like he's not giving up. He comes out and bets about half the pot, making it 60. But I still don't buy this story. Now, I don't know the guy, or most of the others in this game, but let's just go off his line. Doesn't make sense. I don't think he's 3-betting ace-jack here. And if he is, I don't know how often he's going to bet 60 on the river on that particular board. It's possible, but I felt at 1-2 it's not going to happen very often. So I give it some thought, and finally decide to bluff catch here. So with 245 in, he shows pretty much exactly what I had to hope for. Ace-queen, and we pick off a bluff and take down the pot. I then pick up ace-king under the gun 1 and raise to 10. 3 players give action in this hand. So we're 4 ways to ace, deuce, deuce, 2 clubs, giving me top pair yet again. I bet out for 25 here, and to my amazement, every single player calls. So with 140 in, the turn is a disgusting 10 of clubs. So with ace-king, no club, this becomes a very easy spot to just shut down. MP ends up betting out at it. 2 others fold, and it's back on me heads up here. Don't be tempted in spots like this to continue just because you're closing the action and it's heads up. When he made the bet, there were 4 players in the hand. The draw has gotten there. He could be slow playing a deuce. This is not a spot you want to continue in. I fold the hand, and he's nice enough to show me what he has, tabling 5-4 of clubs for the turn flush. I would then continue to grind. The 3-5 game would start. I was hoping it would start earlier. It would finally start at about 3:30. Now, I'm playing only till 4:30 because of the game, no matter what. I would jump in it for about an hour, and unfortunately would have 0 hands of note in that 3-5 game, and ultimately would lose a little bit of my profit back from this game. And considering there was only a little bit of profit in the first place, well, you can see how this day ended, though technically, I was still booking a win. All right, so I am back, and I am wrapping up this session. The first time in probably years and years and years you've seen me play 1-2, or in this case 0-2, on a vlog. And perhaps it's fitting that as a result of that being the case, I booked the most pathetic win, maybe in vlog history, up $26. Honestly, I don't really even care about the fact that I didn't win much today. The fact of the matter is, I just wanted to try to get back into the swing of this. Try to knock off some of the rust. Try to get my confidence back. And, in this case, get the hell out of here in time to go watch the Golden Knights. So that's what I'm doing. All right, been looking forward to broadcasting from this setup for a while. A lot of the stuff that you see behind me, spent all those 3.5 years, well, 4.5 years, in boxes, waiting till I could finally get a house. So we're here, kicking the dust off, and it certainly feels good. Took some flack before for a below average Zoom background, and I hope not to be taking any more of that flack now. But look, obviously if you're watching this vlog, there's not going to be a single person saying that this was the most exciting vlog you've ever done. But I got to admit, for the first time really ever since I started playing poker in 2008, I dealt with the problem of lack of motivation to play. I mean, perhaps you can say that I had issues with regards to playing the game, but the one issue I never had before was showing up. I was always good at just dragging my ass into the casino. And from 2009 up to 2024, always booking a winning year. And obviously, we know that didn't quite work out last year, though it was not a big loss. And, this year did not start off well either, if I can be completely candid. And it just kind of left me in that spot where I've been lacking the motivation. So I think if I'm going to get it back, it's going to be as a result of short sessions, small wins, just try to, get back in the flow of things, essentially. And obviously the last thing I'd want to have to do is do a vlog playing 1-2, but sometimes you don't get to do the first thing you want to do. I hope that the vast majority of people who watch this vlog do it because, they like to kind of observe the journey of someone who does have an actual job, but also has poker as a second income. There are some years where it was the primary income. Obviously, last year not being one of them. So it's a matter of finding the hours to play, making sure the game's good enough to play during those hours, and now finding the actual motivation to get down there, which I think I'm going to do here in the coming weeks. So I just wanted to be abundantly clear on what was going on there. If I can touch on 2 non-poker things, though, really quick. Is it possible that I might have a second sign like this in about a month? Kind of seemed far-fetched at the end of the regular season with the Vegas Golden Knights as Bruce Cassidy got fired with 8 games to go and John Tortorella came in. But man, are they peaking at the right time, and they're now currently doing it without their captain Mark Stone in the lineup. I know Cale Makar is out for the Avalanche, and I'm not saying Mark Stone is as good as Cale Makar, but he's hugely important for the Golden Knights. And they still managed to win the first 2 games on the road in Colorado. Now, even if they win game 3, and you've already seen game 3 when this video is being released, but I'm recording this on Saturday, even if they go up 3-0, I'm not going to sit here and say the series is over. Not against that team. That team is just too good. They were the best in the league all year long. So it's going to be exciting, but man, I am fired up, as you guys can imagine. And if I can switch from one helmet to another one, I just had the experience of taking my son, Austin, who's now 6, to see The Mandalorian and Grogu. And it was great just to be able to do that on its face, take my son to see a Star Wars movie and have him enjoy it. That was cool. I think their idea for this movie was, let's just hit the ball down the middle of the fairway. Let's just not screw it up. Let's just, we don't have to get crazy. Doesn't have to be the greatest movie ever. Let's just make a decent movie. And I think they accomplished that after the disastrous Episode 8, and even worse, Episode 9. With the decision to bring back Palpatine, I think being arguably the worst decision in the history of movie writing. But that's going to wrap up this Star Wars-related rant. That'll wrap things up for the vlog as well. So hit those like and subscribe buttons. Trying to get back into the groove of things and grind out some wins. We'll see you back here next time.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.